Anything.
The countdown.
Do the countdown thing. We need that.
That it?
Oh, man.
Good evening. Well, it's just the two of us, it would appear, this evening. But luckily, we've got a...
Oh. Don't worry, I'll fix that. Somehow. Shut up!
Luckily, we have a smorgasbord. Switch it off. Just switch it off. Switch it off.
It's just the two of us.
Switch it. Stop it. It would be easier to work with an orangutan. Right. It's just the two of us this evening, but luckily we have a smorgasbord of Star Trek fun-filled entertainment to entertain you with for the next hour. As evening, our guests are, as ever, the stars of the show. So in the comments section, we've got a couple of themes we'd like you to comment on this evening to have a think about. I'd like you to, first of all, decide whose corner you're in. Corner Tuvix or corner Janeway? Who was right there? You know.
There's a special reason you're asking
there is a special reason. So, if the Voyager episode Tuvix, if you're familiar with it, is the one where Janeway murders someone in cold blood.
Yes.
Or possibly saves two lives. It depends how you look at it. So,
or possibly both.
So have a little think about that. We also would like to talk, of course, about RikerCon. Hopefully everyone's aware of that now. If you're not aware of what
RikerCon.
If you're not aware of RikerCon. If you're not aware of RikerCon and its significance, please put in the comments and we'll witter about it. We don't witter about it too much if you already know what it's about. And also, of course, we've got some exciting Star Trek news, which James will lead with.
Yes, so this is the news that has broken this week, that Star Trek Tuvix is going to be released for a 17-season run with Tuvix in the main role. In fact, the only role, because it's going to be him sitting in a shuttlecraft exploring the cosmos on his own. If you think Tuvix for 17 years non-stop with no one else to talk to is a good move, then let us know in the comments.
Well, that was a bit of fake news, obviously, there. That's not why. So let's say some hellos to everyone. So, Watto, Gary, how you doing, chap?
Hello, buddy.
Victoria, in sunglasses, no less, looking very suave.
Somebody, I believe, has a birthday tomorrow.
Do we sing the...
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Victoria. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Hey, Val, how you doing?
Auntie Val.
Christoph, no plastic wall between you?
Well, no. There's...
No, we're
COVID
good.
is over. We're past that.
Okay. Mark, what ho, fake Carl?
Mark, he's in that picture there. He's got that thing where he smiles so brightly his teeth go ding.
Yeah. Lawyer wants to show his importance.
All times.
Yes, absolutely. Linda, hey, Linda.
Hi, Linda.
How you doing? Hey, Meg, how you doing? Nadim, how you doing, buddy? Well, so genuinely,
it's a good question.
Yeah, we don't know. We've no idea. Yeah, they're supposed to be here. They're not with no notice, but not to worry. You know, we're sure we'll be fine.
Perhaps they're driving down to be here right now.
You're welcome, Victoria.
Yeah.
So the Northerners are... they probably are.
They can't be much further south than here, provided they're within the geographical confines of the UK.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, the show, Weekly Let's Talk Trek. We obviously, sometimes we get away from the whole Trek thing because there's not a lot of Trek to talk about. We've got a smorgasbord of Trek to talk about because we've got so many things that are up and coming that we're excited about. And I think in the comments, I'd love to know what you're most excited about. Are you most excited for the next season of Discovery, the next season of Strange New Worlds, the next season of Lower Decks? Now, what are you really excited to see? What would you like to see? We're the only current rolling Star Trek we have is the Orville, which I do count as Star Trek, and I think is absolutely marvelous. I'm loving this new season.
And if you don't count it as Star Trek, you're wrong.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you could let us know in the comments what you're looking forward to the most upcoming in Star Trek.
Oh, look who it is.
Hello.
Hey, Dan, how you doing, buddy?
Good evening.
Good evening.
So is that a fashion statement, or have you just got out of bed?
I got out of bed about an hour ago. I'm late for the show because...
You were doing your hair?
No. My wireless trackpad, the batteries went flat, and I couldn't move my mouse. So I had to go and find some batteries so I could move the mouse around.
Right.
Okay, fair enough.
So, yeah.
We've just broken the news about the new series of Star Trek Tuvix.
So we were talking about what people want to see and what they're looking forward to seeing. You really want to see a Star Trek? Are we talking, Nadim, here in the same vein as Picard? That sort of style of series, but with Janeway? Is that what you're
Well, Kate Mulgrew's been quoted recently, hasn't she, as saying that she's very interested in a live-action return to Star Trek.
Well, she would be. Of course, she would. I'm not sure exactly where you would go with it. I think the Picard things. I know we're getting another season of it, but that's kind of his thing, and it's done the way that
Picard season 3 is going to be basically a TNG reunion, isn't it? It's going to be TNG season 8.
My concern is that now we've gone back to good Star Trek like
Great Star Trek
like Strange New Worlds. Is that's what's going to be expected now for the new Star Trek series? People are going to be disappointed if a Janeway series comes out and it's kind of like a Picard, or are we thinking that's done?
I don't know. What could she be? Could she be in charge of the Academy, for example?
The Star Trek Academy series is something I've been interested in seeing for a long time.
Well, who is it? Kurtzman, the producer Kurtzman, has been quoted as saying there are definitely 2 Star Trek series in current development. The Section 31 show has been talked about for years, but that seems to have sort of been shelved, I think, because there's no active mention of that anywhere. So Janeway could well be one of the series that's in there.
So Christoph is most looking forward to Lower Decks Season 2, Destination Dortmund, RikerCon 2, of course.
Naturally.
And then Paramount Plus starting over here in December. Fantastic. Lots to look forward to there. Lots to look forward to.
I mean, one of the things with a potential Janeway series is how it ties in to Prodigy, because we know that Janeway's avatar has been used to train a ship with cadets. So, there's already that sort of, she's been doing something with that. Would they tie a live action one in with the Prodigy storyline? That way you can have that sort of...
I've always felt that Janeway had potential to be a teacher. I think, having her in charge of the academy would be a natural step for her.
Yeah.
Well, Picard was in charge of the academy at some points in Picard, wasn't he?
Was he?
Yes, he was.
What did he do at the academy?
He was commandant of the academy.
Was he?
Yes.
Oh, so he
was shouting. The big cheese.
He went around shouting at people. Marvelous.
Well, no, he probably sat in an office somewhere signing the occasional document.
Was he talking about many good captains I've worked with?
He was not Commandant Lestrade from
That's
Commandant Lassard.
That's how I am imagining him to be. If Patrick were Commandant of the Academy,
you will learn many wonderful things.
He did a bad thing. He did a very bad thing.
Get
So,
me Captain Harris. And my fish.
So why is
Actor, I can't
Actually-
see a salad bar.
Commandant Lassard had a fish all the time, didn't
Yes,
he?
he
And
had a
Picard
fish.
famously had a fish in his
Both
ready
had,
room.
both had a
Yeah.
fish.
Yeah.
Both had a fish.
Janeway
Okay.
didn't have any pets in her ready room that we saw, but she did have a dog back on Earth that she
She
left
had two
behind.
dogs.
Callously left behind.
She had 2 dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it's unusual to have a pet aboard a starship. I know that Scott
They
Bakula.
had Data.
Scott Bakula had his
Yeah, the
Porthos.
Beagle.
Porthos.
Beagle, yeah.
Yes, he had.
Data had Spot?
They had Spot. Yeah. Grudge had a Book. No, Book had a Grudge. What was the cat called?
The cat was called Grudge.
Yeah.
The character was called Book.
I mean,
and the cat was
we
called
were
Grudge.
waiting for something significant to arise out of the cat, and
I was-
absolutely
I
nothing
was
significant.
hoping it was going to turn out to be a shapeshifter. I thought that.
What, like in Captain Marvel?
No, I want it to be like, Men in Black, where the universe is on the cat's collar.
Oh, right, yeah. The little chain, yeah.
But no look.
No,
Ooh.
it didn't deliver. Kind of like the ultimate episode of Resident Evil, which I concluded watching last night. The penultimate episode was so good. It was, right, watch the next one. And it was absolute pants. But again, let's not get off of Star Trek. We're on a roll here talking about
Right,
Star
what's
Trek.
going on in the comments? What are they talking about here?
I hear it's not getting a season 2. So.
I'm not surprised off the back of it. Seriously, the second to last episode was so good. It was brilliant. But the final episode was such a letdown. If you repeat it, you're talking too much.
That's to do with all the comments above. Look.
Moin, as we at Hamburg would say. Moin.
How do you pronounce it if it's in Hamburg? So presumably in
Right,
German.
Estefania, we need to. So, what language? I don't speak any German. So, moin, moin, moin.
Entschuldigung Sie bitte, wie komme ich am besten zum Bahnhof?
Nein.
Schnell.
Where are your papers?
So you were saying about Book from Discovery.
I was trying not to.
Donner und Blitzen.
Yes.
Does this
I wonder what
help?
season 5 is going to look like.
Actually, it's a bit of a disservice because the character. Well, okay, I didn't like the character book, but the actor that plays him, David Amajali, he's really good. He also played Manchester Black in Supergirl, and he's fantastic in that as well. So it's kind of a shame that he lucked out with Discovery there, but there we go.
I saw this week in the news, and I thought it might just be worth a little natter because it's sort of indirectly tied to Star Trek.
That's why we're here.
Yeah, exactly. So we all know of the Star Trek series that never was. The Star Trek
Phase
series,
2.
Phase 2. And then it got quite far into production. There was quite a lot of work done on it, and then it was just, sort of canned and shelved. And
Kind of like the Batwoman movie.
and a bit like the Batwoman. And this is what I'm sort of thinking. Yeah, how it's sort of like tied across. It's
I think there's obviously a lot that happens behind closed doors, which means that a movie or a series doesn't go into production, doesn't get released, and there's a lot that I don't think we'll ever fully understand or find out about unless we're in the production business. But my understanding of the Batwoman movie is it was completed, but out of I think it was something like 6 or 7 test screenings they did, 100% of the audience came out and said that is the worst film we have ever seen. So
They may even have seen Catwoman.
yeah, I've not seen that. Actually,
It's terrible.
Oh.
I believe Halle Berry actually apologised for having made it.
I quite like Halle Berry. In a bit sort of way.
better or worse than Green Lantern.
I like Green Lantern.
Green
I
Lantern
thought
was
that was
fun.
a good film. Yeah, I thought that was all right. I think that was a bit harsh. I enjoyed Green. I enjoyed Ben Affleck as Daredevil as well. I thought that got a bit of a rough ride. I thought that was all right.
But yeah, this is my thinking. So obviously they announced that this movie had been it's been put onto a shelf and will never see the light of day. They've spent $70 million on it so far.
And also, you've got to remember, so without getting too much into it, if they release the film, then there's a certain amount of money that they have to pay people, like the actors, just for releasing the film.
Or do they get a cut of the gross or what?
So-
Because presumably
yeah.
getting a cut
They
still
get-
means they make some.
They get a flat fee of for their work, and then they normally get buy into production, and they get some feedback from the gross and that as well. But if they can the film, it doesn't get released, then they pay them a lot less. So if they think it's that bad, but I mean, let's face it, people are going to watch it because it's got the word Batten in its DC. But I think
And it's got Michael Keaton in it.
I think they are generally just worried about it tarnishing the brand worse than even like the Birds of Prey movie did.
But yeah, this then got me thinking, like we say, about phase 1, phase 2. And how some people don't even know that was a Star Trek series that got quite far into a pitch and production cycle before being shelved.
At some point, the accountants come in and say no, and that's what happens, unfortunately.
Well, I'm not sure that's quite right. I think it was well into development, but then Star Wars came along and they decided that they'd go big screen and they converted all the production work into going to movie instead. So I don't know that it was cancelled in the sense of just completely shelved. It was converted into the motion picture.
I know that Discovery design is a throwback or a homage to. There is a lot of.
It's the
the phase
original
2
design.
ship,
Was that's what the Enterprise was going to be redesigned to look to, and thank God they didn't go with that design.
Yeah.
Can I have a quick
today,
to everyone that's watching the show? It's lovely to see you. If you could do us a real favour and just give us a like or a heart emoji in the comments, not in the comments on the stream, or if you could give us a thumbs up, that'd be lovely. Thank you.
Or send us a postcard.
Yes, or send us a
it
postcard.
to PO Box 100, BBC Wood Lane.
Let's have a look.
This is the plot of The Producers, isn't it? They should have done is sold shares in it.
Have you seen a film called Burn Hollywood Burn?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Okay, so Burn Hollywood Burn is what happens is if a film is released and it is so bad, if a film is released and it's so poor, then in Hollywood the director won't put his name to it under protest, and so he releases it under the name of Alan Smithy. But the premise of the film is, what do you do if you're a director and your name actually is Alan Smithy? And so this is got Eric Idle in it. He stars as Alan Smithy. It's got Jackie Chan in it, Sylvester Stallone, and Whoopi Goldberg. And it's absolutely hilarious. It's worth a watch. Very left field, but it's good. It's a good wheeze.
Oh, we need to have a solemn moment, boys. I forgot about this.
For whom?
Victoria.
What? No, don't go there.
It is the last day of her being in her 30s today, before her birthday tomorrow.
It's just a number. It's nothing
She's
to stress
never.
about.
She's never 40.
Tomorrow. I said I wouldn't mention it on the show.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
She can't be 40. Victoria, that we sang Happy Birthday to.
Were you already singing Happy Birthday to Victoria?
We did that. You missed it.
Oh, happy birthday.
God, I thought you were going to say someone else had passed away. Gosh.
No.
Before we went on air last week, about 2 minutes before, we heard that Nichelle Nichols had passed.
Motion Picture and Rafa Khan are coming to cinema soon.
Yes, in 4K. That's going to be the View Cinema chain is going to be showing them, which is just up the road. Oh, we can go to that new restaurant that's opened up opposite the cinema that we used to be Chiquitos. What is it now?
Oh, I'm not sure.
It looks exciting. It was fun.
We can go there, and then we can go and watch The Wrath of Khan.
Yes,
Well,
we could do that. And then we can get steaming drunk.
Hooray! And then go to the casino.
Yes, they
If
can
your mobile phone
and hire some hookers.
If your mobile phone is on Vodafone and you have the My Vodafone app, there's a section at the bottom called Very Me Rewards, which gives you 2 View cinema tickets for £7. So you can take you and the friend to watch the Afrikaan and the motion picture.
But they're only £4.99 anyway, aren't they? It's not much of a discount.
That's very good.
Okay.
Hey, I'm just about the money saving expert. I'm trying to be Martin Lewis here, okay?
Well, I think dinner, film, cocktails. Oh, we could sneak in cocktails and put them in.
We could sneak in the popcorn so we don't pay more than its actual weight in gold for popcorn.
Do you remember when James and I went on our first date? We went to the cinema, and I went up to the concession stand and I got my poverty spec popcorn and a Coca-Cola, and the guy said that'd be £9, and I said, I'm terribly sorry, but I thought I'd ordered popcorn, not crack cocaine. And James was like, I can't believe you just said that. I'm like, I will say it again. So the next time we went out on a date to the cinema, we went over and I got my concession and I paid for it. I said, excuse me, do you sell cigarettes? And the guy went, no. I was like, that's a shame because I quite like a smoke after I've been
Wow.
and yet James keeps taking me out.
Regarding actor payments, this was the main problem with the Black Widow movie. Because of COVID, it was never really released, just streamed. And Scarlett Johansson had to go to court to get really paid.
Well, yeah, it's because we had lots and lots of films, like Top Gun, for example. We waited for 2 years to actually see them.
I think a big problem with that, Stefani, was it was a really shit film as well. So there was a lot of money to be had out of that.
It wasn't brilliant.
Didn't do very well at all. No.
It's almost like Tom Cruise knew how successful Top Gun was going to be because.
Absolutely, yeah. That's why they're sat on it. Yeah, yeah. He knew it was. I mean, the guys. He knows his business. He knew it was going to be a winner. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, when the present Mrs. Dillon let me out to the cinema, going to see Ghostbusters and Top Gun were the two things I really, really wanted to see.
Ghostbusters was good, wasn't it?
Ghostbusters was brilliant, and there's going to be another one.
Yeah.
Oh, so exciting!
Yes, indeed.
Is it another real one or another one with?
No, another real one.
Another real one.
We're following on from the continuity of this last one.
Marvelous.
We can ignore whatever that was in 2016.
Are you a god?
Yes.
That's the answer. That's the right answer.
When you told me that, when you said there's a story about you and James and popcorn at the cinema, I really thought it involved a hole in the bottom of the bucket. I really thought that's what.
Well, that says a lot about you, Dan, not us.
Yeah. Highly inappropriate, but that's where I thought that was going. Oh, look, it's Queen of the Hangovers.
Oh, is that what the sunglasses are about?
So I'm in the middle of building a proton pack, and I can't wait to get that finished because it's going to be so cool when it properly works.
How are you powering it?
Oh, it's got a very cool battery.
Oh, not a licensed nuclear accelerator.
You can't talk about the plutonium.
Okay.
Are you going to take it to coroner court? It would be really, really inappropriate to be looking for ghosts in coroner court.
Yeah, as I said to Claire earlier, no, next time we go to a funeral, please don't wear the Ghostbusters outfit again. Yes. Our daughter accused her of wearing a witch's outfit to a christening today. I'm not quite sure where that came from.
Wow.
It was a perfectly normal dress, and it was blue.
Did I see, not Star Trek, we're talking about films in general, Hocus Pocus 2 is being released by Disney this year?
Hocus Pocus 2 has been in production, only 30 years after. It's a witchy film with three ladies, and I could probably name one or two of them if I tried really hard.
I think I might be too old to have... I think I missed Hocus Pocus.
You've not seen Hocus Pocus?
I've seen The Witches of Eastwick. That's bloody good. That's marvellous. You should watch The Witches of Eastwick. That's really good.
Wow.
Well, is that just because it's got Jack Nicholson in it as you know,
That's a
ultimate baddie?
Yes.
Fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense. So, where are we up to with features? Because obviously I was a little bit late with the show.
Well, we haven't done any yet. So have you got a collectible there, Dan?
No? Have you got a drink there?
Nope.
Excellent. Let's do neither of them then.
I've got the mail on Freighter. That's kind of been done, isn't it?
I do have a collectible, actually. We'll do a collectible corner.
Well, hang on. Play the tune.
I'm going to play the tune when I can
Play
find
the tune. Write the theme tune.
Play the theme tune.
Sing the theme tune.
So this week, dear viewer, I've got a challenge, I suppose. I've had this collectible for a number of years now, and I'm certain it's from my drunken eBay years where I used to order stuff from eBay after I'd had a few too many drinks, and then I would go to bed, and then 6 to 8 weeks later, stuff would turn up in a package. And I'm like, where's it come from? And yeah, so this is back when I worked in the Most Trade, and I had it on my desk for at least 6 years in my office. No idea where I got it from, but it's a lovely piece. So this is something called a paperweight, which you use to weigh down paper with, and it's got a holographic representation of the Enterprise D.
Look at that.
I have had this, honestly, for as long as I can remember having my own office, when I was allowed to have my own personalised in it. So if anyone knows where this came from, what it is, please let me know. I would value this at, to me personally, at about 20 Barrowmans.
Did you insert it into the resin yourself?
No, it came. I opened it up, and it came out the packet as it is.
Yeah.
With nothing in it, but it had one of those eBay sticky tape things on as they. So
Congratulations on your purchase.
Yeah, so I knew I bought it when I was rat-arsed, and yeah.
Years ago, they were talking about putting a breathalyzer on eBay so that you had to blow into that before you were allowed to make purchases late at night. That never happened.
Where's the fun in that?
I also have a collectible to share. So
let's see what Dan's got. Let's see which is best.
So what I thought I would share is something I'm going to bring to RikerCon, and I'm going to put into the prize kitty for the quiz.
The quiz.
The quiz prize. So you could win a Star Trek 50th anniversary Uhura.
That's a fine prize.
A laptop bag, a laptop satchel. So I thought we would include this fine leather laptop satchel.
Just incredibly here, Judith has said she's found with a hologram from in one Google search. I wish I'd thought of that.
Well, we are struggling for content a bit.
But yes, I shall be donating this lovely bag to RikerCon to the prize fund.
Speaking of RikerCon
yes.
and Judith, Judith, are you coming to RikerCon?
And also, speaking of RikerCon, we need to talk about the RikerCon short film competition, which is going to be
one of many competitions.
Yes, this is the first annual RikerCon short film competition. The rules are quite simple. It's open to everyone. Mm-hmm. And you can submit a film. It must be an MP4 format. Okay. It must be no more than 2 minutes long. And it must be Star Trek related in some fashion.
And it must be family friendly.
Well, no. So this is the problem. So I did say I won't name her, no boobs, I said. And she said, well, that means you won't see my boobs. So I said, well, in which case...
We'll do the After Dark version.
Well, boobs are family friendly. Babies like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carol!
So anyway, it's no more than 2 minutes long. And we were thinking about a prize. Instead, we're going to create, similar to the Oscars, you'll have a best director, best actor, all these bits and pieces where the awards will be rolled out. And we have a judge who is confirmed, and that is short filmmaker, also long filmmaker now, Gary O'Brien will be in attendance, who's made a couple of Star Trek films, and he will be...
And he's a good laugh, is Gary.
He's a good laugh, Gary, and he will be judging the films. So there we are.
Will you be presenting Gary O'Brien with his Star Trek prop back as some sort of prize?
With his module?
Well, no, we'll just give him back the stuff that he thought was so valuable he left it lying around in the venue last year.
We shall bring the Gary O'Brien museum piece with us and put it back on the plastic.
So just so we're clear,
nothing else has fallen off it in my case.
If you do come and attend RikerCon, you will see a short film with some boobs in it.
Is it my boobs?
Well, this is just
it
it.
your
this
film?
This is just it.
I know that I'm going to regret that because some idiot will screenshot that now. So
I mean, to give you an idea. Oh, also, sorry, there's one other rule. The budget is £10. You're not allowed to spend more than £10. I mean, here's my budget for the film. Can anyone guess who I am?
Goldie Cott.
Close.
Oh dear. Right. So let's have a look through some of these comments. Because there are quite a few comments that have all gone through. Gary says that it sounds like Richard's a cheap date at the cinema.
Not when he buys the popcorn, he isn't.
No.
Victoria
James cuts a hole in the bottom of the. Can't wait. Yes, absolutely.
Estefania, I apologise for not being interrupted, but I have to know, have we watched The Sandman yet?
Estefania, it looks good, and I should like him, but I'm just not a fan of Neil Gaiman's work, I'm afraid.
I haven't yet.
Yeah.
I've been rewatching Hell's Kitchen of all the most.
Yeah, I like Hell's Kitchen. It's brilliant. What are you, stupid sandwich? Brilliant. Wow. Watch Gino Campo and Fred. You'll love that. It's brilliant.
If you've never worked in a kitchen, you don't know just how much abuse that you will take from a chef.
Judith is going to get controversial now, so let's get ready.
The problem with that Ghostbusters is that the writers couldn't write women, so they used.
Well, no, they just couldn't write comedy. I think was the problem. It was just bloody awful.
They couldn't write.
I don't know who it was written by. It was just awful.
They couldn't write full stop. I think that was the main issue.
Actually, it wasn't awful in every respect. I quite liked the opening scene in the mansion. I thought that was
one that was basically lifted from the original.
Yeah, I quite liked that. It was good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Drunken Shooper. I can honestly say I've not been down that road yet.
Okay, so let's have a look. Graham says he should have his Enterprise collectible this week, but Playmates still no word anything as yet.
What, eh? I think you might have to explain that one, Graham.
Come on, Graham. What does that mean?
It means he's ordered a Playmates one. It hasn't turned up. What about that?
Yes, it's a nice bag, Mark. You could win it at RikerCon.
If only we had a little green bag, we could sing a song about it.
Oh, on the subject of bags, I tried those new Taylor's coffee bags.
Oh, I've got those. They're good.
I think Judith's talking about RikerCon being far too far away for far too short a time.
Kind of like my love.
We can improve on that, Judith. DM us. For the non-internet savvy, that means direct message.
Yes, direct messages, and we'll make you an entire weekend, a smorgasbord.
We'll make you an offer you can't refuse.
It will involve mini golf.
The emergency Carl hologram.
Will involve a wet t-shirt competition.
The emergency Carl hologram has a collectible to show.
Well, let's get him on.
Let's get him on.
Somebody ping Mark a message with the emergency Carl hologram.
James can't. I made him switch his phone off.
Even if it was on, what are the odds I'd be able to actually do that?
How do we?
Well,
Mark Cotton, there he is.
Beck says that the female Ghostbusters was bad because it was meant for the original cast and Paul Rudd, obviously. Very much.
Well, it was just terrible in every respect. And if Paul Feig, or whatever his name is, would like to come to my house and apologise to me in person, I'm willing to listen.
Wamu is asking, where is RiverCon?
So it's in Ramsgate, which is in Kent.
No, it's not. No, it's not. RiverCon is River Cottage Con, which is being held by
Hugh Fearnley Whittingstall.
Yes, and is being held at a cottage near a river somewhere.
True or false? Hugh Fearnley Whittingstall is a kind of Victorian footstool. Is that true, or must that be false?
It's in Ramsgate, which is in Kent, at the Oak Hotel on Ramsgate Harbour.
Where we were at RikerCon last year.
Mark isn't at home. We'll get Mark on for next week, or we'll stand him in, because I've got to have a couple of Sundays off, unfortunately. Work calls.
Who's Jude?
Judith.
So who?
Judith.
Are we into the wet t-shirt competition again?
Oh, hang on a minute. Just rewind. The last message was more important.
No.
Right.
Right, I think there's a different conversation.
I think we're
going on
having a
here.
boob off now.
Yeah.
There's only one way to resolve this. Fight!
Boob fight with blindfolds and trying to touch elbows behind backs.
Is that the deprived area near Tunbridge Wells?
Yes, that's right. Yep.
Near Tunbridge Wells? No, we're not anywhere near
We're
Tunbridge
some distance
Wells.
from Tunbridge Wells. Well, everything's relative, isn't it? We're a lot closer to Royal Tunbridge Wells than, say, we are to where Dan
We're
sits.
closer to France than Tunbridge Wells.
Nadim, you've got me on Facebook as an actual friend. Message me when you're going to watch The Wrath of Khan and Motion Picture.
Yes, you're a Northern as well, aren't you, Dim?
Because you're going to
Dan knows how to cut the hole in the bottom of his popcorn.
you're going to the cinema that's sort of right near my house, and me and Carl might join you.
Awesome.
If I can get Carl away from his pub, because
He does love that pub, doesn't he?
Yep. Not as much as he loves working.
Our friend Jamie's the same. He's always he runs a pub stroke hotel.
He runs a pub. What's the name of that pub?
It's the Oak Hotel in Ramsgate, which is where the RikerCon's going to be, in case anyone was interested in going.
Oh,
He's
is that
got a discounted room for the weekend for anyone who wants to come and stay.
Tickets are selling fast.
shit? I need to book one. Remind me later. How is that?
When you book the room, you need to quote "Beam me up, Scotty," and you will get a special rate.
And that rate applies to
That's
any
not
room within the hotel.
that's not a wind up. Generally, he's happily doing that, and that applies to any room in the hotel, even the presidential suite.
Should I ring it now while I'm on the show and try and book it with that code and see?
Go on,
what
then.
Speakerphone
Do
on.
it.
I think you should do it. Do it. Speakerphone on. Do it. Do it now.
Okay, we'll do it. Let's find that number then. Oak Hotel, Ramsgate.
I believe that there's a lift.
What could possibly go wrong with
yeah,
this idea?
Is there a lift?
Yeah.
01. What type of area code is 01843?
I mean,
Well, we can help people.
Yeah.
843.
Judith, so we had someone come last year who had similar concerns, and they were able to get by fine. And the actual venue is down some stairs. However, I think we just agreed last year that anyone that needed extra
We helped
access,
to carry people.
yeah, we're two actually quite burly men. Yeah, James, show the guns.
Welcome to the gun show.
So yeah, there you go. Look, we'll be fine. Yeah, we will look after you. Everywhere will be accessible for you. I promise.
Right, so let's ring the
Everywhere.
hotel. What date is it I need to book from?
The 1st of October.
Right, I'll ring him now. Quiet, please.
Quote,
Right, here we
beam me
go.
up, Scotty. Ask for the discount.
Let's see how this works. Right, here we go. Dreamy Time Escorts.
Creamy. Say book a room instead of book a room.
I'm going to read his credit card details out over the phone for us.
Well,
In fairness, it is 20 to 10.
this is a feature that didn't go far, isn't it?
Just for anyone who's watching, RikerCon is not a con in the traditional sense. We haven't got paid guests or anything like that. You're not paying for autographs. You're not even paying to come in. It's free.
It's what we call a social convention.
Yes.
It's a place to meet and to make Star Trek friends.
We're
It
going
is
to hang
one-
out. We'll have our bridge set down there. We'll just have some fun, play some games. It's a get together.
Be a midget with night vision.
Midget
It-
night
it-
vision,
it-
trebuchet
it's
competition,
one-
wet t-shirt competition.
The trebuchet competition. I forgot
Trebuchet,
about
going to
that.
build a siege engine, and we're just going to have some fun and get together.
It is one step above a bring your own bottle party.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because Destination was cancelled, we've chosen the same weekend for the reason we know that if you were planning
Gotta
to go
tell
to
you
it,
now,
you're now free.
The mud wrestling cancelled, by the way.
Mud wrestling cancelled.
Mud
What about the Badger Parade?
Are we inviting any best-selling authors?
One best-selling author has been invited.
What about the other best-selling author?
I'm waiting for an email address.
You need
That's
to
right.
call
What's his
Carl.
face? Is a
Yes,
best-selling
Carl is
author.
meant to be sending me an email address so I can invite a second best-selling author.
I was going to invite a very good friend of the show, Michelle Johnson, and see if she'd like to host it. Because we know
I'm hosting it.
she's a professional host.
I'm not paying for a professional host, but if Michelle Johnson wants to come down, she is, of course, very welcome.
We all
We're
love
not,
Michelle.
we're not going to pay her, but she's welcome to join the wet t-shirt competition.
We love
She
Michelle.
wins that, then she wins that bag, doesn't she? Or-
Wow, possibly. So, my question is, if you could book, and this sort of relates to Rycon, if you could, and in the comments, imagine you were booking a Star Trek event, which isn't as easy as it might think, because, many event companies have tried and failed. And you could have any 5 alive or dead Star Trek actors to attend. Who would you
If they're
have?
dead, they're not going to be much fun, though, are they?
No.
Actually, based on my personal experience, the number one top of my list would be Jason Isaacs because he was brilliant. He was really good. He was fantastic. He was really good value. He was brilliant, really good. We can't have Walter Koenig because he hates you.
He hates me, that's true.
Can't have Chase Masterson because she's after me.
She's so in love with you, it's embarrassing.
We could have Marina. She could just ignore me.
No,
Yeah.
Marina again. We can't for
She can try and smash the front of my shuttlecraft in.
can't have
That's
Marina.
not a euphemism, dear viewer.
Yes, indeed. So if you could have 5 guests from Star Trek, who would you have?
Well, Sir Patrick Stewart, obviously.
He's obviously Jason Isaacs. Genuinely, he was so good. He was
Right, so
very
you've
good.
got Jason Isaacs and Patrick Stewart. You've got 3 spaces left. That's it.
If we're going to have, we can have someone who's passed beyond the mortal veil. I'd like DeForest Kelly. I'd love to have met DeForest Kelly. He seemed like such a lovely man.
Robert Picardo.
Mhm.
He's really good. He's really good fun. He's really good.
You know?
And Garrett Wong. He's lovely.
Wong.
He's really lovely.
Okay, no, not a bad little convention. Estefania said she would like Dwight Schultz.
Well, who wouldn't?
Yes, absolutely. Dun, 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 dun,
Bum, bum, bum.
dun, dun, dun,
I
dun.
would go for, if it was me, Sir Patrick Stewart, because obviously you're going to have a great range of stories off Sir Patrick. James Doohan, because it'd be interesting to hear him speak about the war, because
Nobody mentioned the war.
nobody mentioned
I
that.
mentioned it once. I think I got away with it.
We all know the story about how he lost a finger in the war.
2 fingers, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
He got shot, I think it was 7 times. He did pretty well.
Yeah, he was a lucky chap to survive all those injuries. Gosh, not lucky to get hit 7 times, but
My 3rd person would be Gene Roddenberry, because
the lovely Roddenberry.
father of Trek, you sort of got to have that one in there. So I think, who else would I have? Avery Brooks, just so I could have him on stage being interviewed by Richard.
Why?
I just think that I think there's
Chemistry.
There's good traction in that as a feature. I could sell tickets to that talk.
No,
You could
Welcome
make
into
a
the
musical
stage.
version.
Avery Brooks. What would you like me to just go?
What could possibly go wrong? And John Delancey. I think that's sort of my.
So I've seen John Delancey at the first ever Destination Star Trek, and I mean he was all right, but he was a bit.
He was a little grouchy.
Yeah, a bit grouchy, a bit dry, bit of a dick. If I'm honest with you, he's a lovely actor. I appreciate his work so much, but he was a bit of a dick.
Yeah.
If we could get Majel Barrett, could we just have Alan Window standing behind her dressed as Mr. Holm the entire time?
Oh, wouldn't that be wonderful?
That would be wonderful.
Yes, that would be nice.
Dear viewer, Alan Window, a regular viewer who I think joins us now, does a magnificent Mr. Holm cosplay.
And impression.
Yes. You can't shut him up when he's in character as Mr. Holm, can you?
Well, yeah. So let me just pick this up. Oh, where the hell has it gone?
What are you looking for?
Well, James is sorry, Dan's.
Hello.
What?
So, James, how many lights? How many lights do you see? Oh, Jesus. Hang on.
I'm waiting.
All right, hang on. Right. Here we are. Right. Ready?
Yeah.
How many lights do you see?
There are 3 lights.
Let us not forget the. I was going to play the video clip. Do you remember when I was gifted a cameo from John Delancey?
Yes, I do remember that.
Yes.
For your
have you got it?
birthday.
Yeah, I thought we might just play it.
Go on then.
Go on
It's
then.
good.
Dan, happy birthday. You know, I've remembered you ever since that convention with that kind of silly expression that you had on your face. I'm just kidding you. I'm just yanking your chain, Dan. In any case, Meg asked me to wish you a very happy birthday. And hopefully, as a, well, super fan that you are, this is something that you don't have already. So wherever you may be, I am wishing you a happy birthday. I hope that you can be celebrate with friends at a distance. Don't be too distant from, that special person. And other than that, cheers.
Oh, that was nice, wasn't it?
That was nice, wasn't it? That was really nice.
Yeah.
I got one very similar to that on my birthday from James, but it was just James. I mean, it was nice.
You saying that a video clip from me
No, it was nice.
wasn't special.
It was nice. I did appreciate it.
Strange. When it was my birthday, I just got a strange video off Richard of him waving his bits around. So.
Oh, the old Willy copter.
Yeah.
It's my standard birthday.
Do we have that video now?
We do have that video. I can show
We
you.
do have that video. Let's roll VT.
Whose birthday is it? Hang on.
Victoria's.
Vicky's is tomorrow. This is for you, Victoria.
Birthday. Happy birthday, Victoria. I hope you enjoyed that as much as we did.
He got his chopper out again. Yeah.
Right. So in the comments, Estefani said Dwight to attend. Mark would like DeForest, Christina Chong, Jess Bush, James Dunham, and Linda Park.
Yeah, I'll be happy with them.
Michelle. Yes.
Too soon. Too soon.
Oh.
Schultz is a nasty man.
Wow.
I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know who she is. Sorry.
No, that's the chap who played Mr. Hom.
Oh.
Should-
Books.
Terry Farrell.
Terry Farrell.
Terry Farrell.
She is fun.
Did I see
Books.
that Terry Farrell and Leonard Nimoy's son, who's
Adam
Adam,
Nimoy.
Nimoy, have gone their separate ways?
They did the hoochie coochie.
Really?
Didn't
Yes.
I've not seen that. No.
Yeah, they've their lives have gone on different tracks. So
That's very sad news.
We
they? They had a lot of fun while they were together.
we wish them well. So yes.
It happens.
If anyone is interested, I am a divorce lawyer. Just throwing that out there.
Yes, Miss Farrell, if you would like some assistance. He's not just a divorce lawyer, he's a divorce lawyer in Hawaii 5-0.
And a partner.
Have my own stand-up paddleboard.
Wow.
Excellent IT.
How about a Morn talk?
Oh, we'd never shut him up,
No, never
Christoph.
shut him up,
We'd
Christoph.
never get him off stage.
Nah.
Marina.
Aquamarina.
Again, we
What
can't. We
is
can't,
this
for personal
strange
reasons, we can't
enchantment
have
that
Marina.
Starts whenever you're near.
Such a small. I think. Are you referring to the Airwolf badge? Yeah, and that was the smallest badge I could find. It's a scale, isn't it? It was cold. It was cold. That was December.
You should have seen the video that he sent when the transparency on the badge was wrong. Wow. Yeah. So
we've got a wish clip, Dan. Do you want to do the wish clip?
Oh, go on. Let's do Wish.
Let's do Wish. Go on.
Well, do you want to explain what Wish is? And then
Put on the title card.
Je m'appelle Richard. Je suis.
Before you do that, let's play the titles.
What?
Bonsoir tout le monde. Maintenant, c'est le feature qui s'appelle Wish. Dans le feature Wish, nous voulons un clip de vidéo de le Star Trek où les acteurs...
Avec pour le magnétoscope.
Et les discuteurs...
Restore a language to English, please.
Non, monsieur. No.
Have you ever wondered, Dan, what would happen?
No English.
What would happen if Dr. Crusher and Jean-Luc Picard got married and moved back to Le Bar in France? Do you know what would happen? This is what would happen, Dan. This is what would...
Presenting Sara Lee croissants.
Sara Lee croissant? No. Only the French can make the true croissant. Ooh, so light, so flaky, so buttery, so French.
So, how do you like Sara Lee croissants?
I love them. Tell me, this Sara Lee, she's French, no?
Nobody doesn't like Sara Lee.
In 3 delicious flavors.
C'est formidable, n'est-ce pas?
Wow. C'est très bon.
Très bon.
Je t'aime.
Well, that was an interesting clip. As we've also got it loaded up, let's replay the Sir Patrick Stewart Yorkshire tea clip as well.
Go on then.
It's also here.
Well, Tina, it's sad that you're leaving us, but before you go, Patrick has a few words. Where's Patrick?
Tina. The void so hollow that you shall leave. The emptiness felt within these walls, where only the soft weeping of the forgotten reverberates. Shall we not hear again the enchanting echoes of your laughter, or the sweet rasp of your stapler? We must and will continue. Our love, our dreams, our wishes ride with you, fair Tina. And we're having a pint at the Dog and Trumpet after work. Apparently there's a tab behind the bar.
Yorkshire tea, where everything's done proper.
That's Wish for you, folks.
Wow, indeed.
Oui, alors je parle français comme un vache espagnol.
Dos Sylvester Popor.
That's Spanish.
Oui.
We love Gates. I still can't believe that Gates was a choreographer for Labyrinth, the movie.
I can't believe she was married to Jack Ryan.
I can't believe she got kicked off of TNG for being such a bad actress. And then I'm not sure who she bonked, but got back in for the next season. Or was it because Polanski was so bad?
No, there was a crowd appeal to get her back, wasn't there?
She bonked the right person to get back on because she was awful. Don't get me wrong, but you know it's difficult when you're with such a good cast, but she was a bad actress.
You say that. I don't know how much of it was that she wasn't as good as some of the others, or it was bad story writing at the time. Because when she came back, Gates's stories got better.
But that's my point. Her stories got better, and that's for me what showed her up as such a bad actress, because she couldn't carry. Whenever she had a lead role, some of the stories were good, but she never carried. That awful one where everyone else was disappearing and she was the only one left. I mean, it wasn't a bad story. She just didn't carry it. Well, for me, she didn't carry it. I didn't like it.
Well, she didn't really have very many lines in season 1, to be fair.
But she looked fantastic. And that was
And she's a lovely lady, and I've had the
Absolutely.
benefit of meeting her and interviewing her, and I thought she was lovely. Does a lot of charity work.
Probably doesn't like to mention it.
Doesn't like to mention it.
A bit like Chase Masterson.
She does like to mention it. Because we try and support her as much as possible.
But the problem is, because she is so attracted to you,
it gets a bit awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah. It gets a bit awkward.
Be kind charity, whichever way it goes. It's some sort of variation on this.
Was it to make a K? Yeah,
maybe.
like that, wasn't it?
I thought Patrick Stewart fought for Gates to come back. Maybe.
That's what I heard as well. I'm not entirely. So the story goes, she got booted off the set because they felt that she wasn't. She complained that she wanted more pay, etc., and they said, "Well, you're not terribly good, so no, and we'll just replace you with someone else." And then they brought in Pulowski, who I have to admit I quite liked her, but obviously a lot of people didn't, and also the rest of the crew didn't like her, and the rest of the cast really were very friendly and liked Gates McFadden, and they pressured for her. Patrick Stewart generally was the captain of the cast, and he pressured them to take her back. There we are.
I mean, the difference is, at least Gates didn't turn around and say, "Hey, I'm leaving this show because I think I can move on to bigger things than this show is going to be." Like, oh, brilliant! Like another actress who left season 1. Poor Denise Crosby.
Yeah, but then Denise Crosby, luckily for us, went on to do the Red Shoe Diaries.
Pourquoi?
She's got tits out.
Oh, okay.
With David Duchovny.
Really?
Yeah.
We needed more Ensign Sonia Gomez.
Well, then we got Captain Sonia
I
Gomez,
agree with that.
didn't
Yeah,
we,
I
in Lower
thought.
Decks?
Yeah, I really liked Sonia Gomez's character. She was really good. I really like that. There's Ensign Rowe as well. Rowe was a character they should have carried on, but apparently the actress didn't want to do it, which is a shame.
It was meant to be getting teed up to go into Deep Space Nine. She was going to be
and Vash as well. Vash was I'd love to see Vash back for Picard. She'd have been brilliant.
Is that actress still working? I don't know.
Oh, it'd be brilliant to see her back for Picard. That'd be lovely.
The actress, the role of Ro was meant to go into DS9 as the role of Kira, and Kira was originally going to be Ro Laren.
Makes sense. Very similar characters.
Christopher Renner, right? The suit that got Gates kicked out did vanish himself in TNG season 3, and we all know TNG got better in season 4.
TNG got better from season 2 when the beard appeared.
Season 2, Measure of a Man, is that season 2?
Yes.
Yes.
Riker has the beard and he's wearing the older uniform with the diamond on the shoulders.
No.
That's friend of the show, Tracy, I think it's pronounced Coco.
Tracy, no, we don't. No.
Oh, apparently that's a no. Any
So,
other comments?
I was
Tell us where she touched you.
I was DJing at a Star Trek event where the lovely Tracy was attending, who decided that she would lean over and demand a song by telling me that she was a guest, to which I was like, I'm aware because I'm the host. I sort of know who you are. And then she tried to put her glass of whatever it was on top of my DJ decks. which is a sacrilegious crime. You don't do that. So I got very upset with her. So no.
Was it on a 33 and a third RPM disc or a 45 RPM?
It was on a very, very expensive Pioneer CDJ 2000 Nexus. So,
well, I'm going to say this in not to insult her, but in her genuine defence, she probably doesn't get to dine out on her status much, so she was probably trying to do it all she could while she was there. You know, it's a shame it backfired for her. Dan prefers a dry hump.
No comment. Right. I think on the fact that this show has gone rapidly downhill, it is time for us to.
Oh, we've gone over the hour. Look at that.
This show has never gone uphill.
You say this, but this show just continues to run. So for the next couple of Sundays, I won't be here, unfortunately. Commitments with work issues.
We should get a guest host in.
So if you would like to be a guest host for the next 3 Sundays while I'm not
like
here.
they did for TFO Friday, just get a guest host in.
Or have I got news for you?
Yeah, we'll get a guest host in. Yeah, we'll do that.
And we'll see if Simon Amstel's free.
He did Buzzcocks, I think. He was a chap with big hair.
He's not doing much. Or Dara O'Brien, because,
We've still got 6 episodes to run.
Oh, okay.
Well, what about Patrick Stewart?
Patrick Stewart. We'll get Sir Patrick in to be a guest host.
Good.
Yeah.
He'd be
He'd be pretty damn good.
Surely I should be the one who
organises it. Okay.
Well, possibly, but you're not even bothering to turn up, so I don't know.
I'll tell you what, I'll ring Russ Howard and see if he's free.
Computer, activate emergency holographic Dan.
Welcome to the UK's #1 Star Trek show on a Sunday. Blah, 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 blah.
Maybe we get an inflatable version like an airplane.
Right. As people in the comments are now saying goodbye, I think it's time to start.
We can take a hint, Mark. Okay.
I like Nadim's comment. That's brilliant.
Get off! Get off!
They were doing okay till they fell off the stage. They were doing okay till they came off the stage.
Oh dear. Right. Okay.
Oh dear, Riker Con 2. Let's hope it's not disappointing.
Oh, that should be our hashtag. Hashtag oh my.
Oh my.
Even Christopher's saying to get lost now, so it's time for us to go.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
And if I leave you now,
Don't have nightmares.
Take away the biggest part of me. You ready?